Back in Season 7, we first broadcast Fritz the Reindeer, which is an original Christmas story written by Ken. The idea for Fritz came up when our youngest son Daniel, who was 4 years old, he is 20 now, was sitting on Santa's lap. Santa asked Daniel, "Who is your favorite reindeer?" Well, Daniel immediately responded, "Fritz." Well, that little incident stuck with our family, and 5 years ago, Ken wrote a story about Fritz, which we recorded with the help of some family and friends. Between each scene, we played Christmas music, which was also supplied by friends and family. Over the years, we have been surprised how many people now know Fritz the Reindeer. When our son was on his mission in Wisconsin, someone even came up to Daniel as they recognized him from Fritz the Reindeer. Photos also come to us from people all over the world who have imagined Fritz and what he would look like. Also, we've noticed other stories come up on the internet involving Fritz. One story has Fritz hopping into the back of Santa's sleigh in order to help deliver toys on Christmas Eve. We're glad that Fritz the Reindeer has become a part of so many people's holiday traditions. Now we are very proud to bring to you the original production from Season 7 of Fritz the Reindeer. It was slippery, very slippery. The little reindeer had problems keeping his footing on the icy roof.
Think positive!
The reindeer heard a voice coming from far below him.
Positive, positive, positive.
The tiny reindeer forced himself to think positive thoughts that he had learned in flight training school.
I can do this. I can do this.
But the ice was too much, and the small reindeer could feel himself slipping, and before he knew it, he was headed down the steep, icy slope. He could see the edge of the roof coming up quickly, and he hid his eyes with his ears so he wouldn't see what happened next.
Simulation off! Hurry!
The frightened reindeer was waiting for a big crash and some pain, but instead he felt a warm hand rubbing his neck.
It's okay, Fritz. It was just a simulation. You're okay. Just uncover your eyes, you silly little reindeer.
Fritz uncovered his eyes, and he saw the elfish smile of Candy Cane, the elf that had been assigned to care for him. Realizing he wasn't falling to his death, he let out a deep sigh.
Oh, Candy, you see, nothing ever works out for me. No matter how hard I try to do the right thing, everything comes out wrong.
Fritz, you know that isn't true. There are plenty of great and wonderful things you've done.
Oh, sure. How about the time I wanted to surprise Santa and Mrs. Claus with a new flavor of hot chocolate?
Well, they enjoyed your new minty apple cinnamon flavor, and Miss Claus told me only yesterday that she's sure Santa's first-degree burns will be completely healed by Christmas Eve, and he should be able to sit in his sleigh without any problems at all.
Or, how about the time I tried to help the elves deliver the official Christmas lists?
I told you before, the elves keep duplicates of everything. And who knew that the new writing paper they were using wasn't flame retardant?
Okay, just name one thing about me that I have done right or special about me.
Your nose glows just like Rudolph's. It's miraculous.
What color?
What color's what?
Candy, what color does my nose glow?
Well, it's a very pretty shade of blue. I love it.
And how far can you see in front of Santa's sleigh with the blue light?
Well, okay, it's only about a foot, but still, it's a beautiful blue glow.
And how far can Santa see with Rudolph leading the sleigh?
Big deal, a half a mile. So what? Sheesh!
You see, nothing ever goes right with me. Nothing.
Fritz, you'll feel better in the morning. Let's get you bedded down for the night, and I'll rub your coat, get you some new hay, and some of your favorite oats, okay?
Candy led Fritz to the reindeer barn and gave him a wonderful brushing, new warm hay to lay in for the night, and some of his very favorite apple and spice flavored oats. As Candy read to him his favorite story, The Art of Pulling Santa's Sleigh, he drifted off to a deep sleep for the night. Candy couldn't bear leaving him alone that night, so even though it was against elf regulations, she pulled up some hay for warmth and lay next to her little reindeer. She always loved to watch him as he slept because, as he snored, his nose would glow a bright blue at the height of each snore. and then his nose would return to its normal brown as he inhaled for the next snore. Fritz dreamed of leading Santa's sleigh. The next morning, while Candy was having breakfast in the Elfateria.
Candy, are you still assigned to that loser reindeer? What's his name? Fonz?
His name is Fritz, as you well know, Juniper.
Who ever heard of a reindeer named Fritz? That name gets me every time. Weren't you offered another reindeer to take care of? A real reindeer? Weren't you offered to take care of Dasher?
Well, yes, but where's the fun in that? Dasher already knows how to fly, and he's been pulling Santa's sleigh for generations.
But you stayed with Fonz?
Fritz!
Whatever. But you chose to stay with what's-his-name instead of being Dasher's attendant? You could have gone places with Dasher. Yeah, you could have been a contender. You could have been somebody.
One day you won't be laughing. One day you'll see just how marvelous Fritz really is.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Candy Cane returned to the stable where Fritz remained sleeping. She knelt by him for a minute and admired his blinking blue nose, and she gently rubbed the tiny reindeer's neck. She loved this funny little reindeer who tried so hard to do good. Fritz had a beautiful heart, and she would do anything to help him. As Candy looked around the stable, she marveled how so very long ago the Savior of all mankind was also born in a stable and rose from such humble beginnings to be the King of Kings, the Prince of Peace, the great Redeemer of all.
Fritz! It's time to wake up!
Do I have to? Can't I sleep for like another 15 minutes? Don't you come with the snooze button?
Oh, you can go back to sleep, but only if you want to miss the Present Fest.
That's today? Today is Eve of Christmas Eve, the Great Present Fest?
Yes, you silly! That must have been some dream you had. Let's get you ready.
Every year on the eve of Christmas Eve is the Great Present Fest, where all the presents for Santa to deliver have been packaged, wrapped, and are ready to be put into Santa's bag for his sleigh. Fritz just loved to go to the toy packing depot to see all of the wonderful presents in their colorful wrapping paper and topped with ribbons and bows being sorted into Santa's bag. He loved to guess what was in every present and dreamed of guiding the sleigh that would deliver all of the presents to the children around the world.
I need to get a closer look.
We can't get any closer, little one. This is as close as we can get to the presents without getting into trouble.
That one has to be a rocking horse. And there, that one has to be a doll. Some little girl's going to see that on Christmas morning and be so happy to jump up and down and go show her parents her wonderful doll.
Fritz began to jump up and down with excitement.
Calm down, little one. Calm down. You know what happens when you get overly excited.
I know. But the toys and the children. I wish I could see them open their presents.
Now, Fritz, you know not even Santa gets to see them open their presents on Christmas Day.
But just to be able to deliver the presents, that's all I ask. I just want to be able to help deliver the presents on Christmas Eve. Is that too much to ask for once? After all, I can fly with the best of the bunch. Oh no, the doll!
With that said, Fritz leapt into the air as high as he could and came down.
Oh no, Fritz!
Fritz jumped right into the present sorter. Mass confusion was everywhere as elves pushed buttons and sounded alarms. Red lights swirled everywhere and the machinery ground to a halt. Candy could see sorter elves running everywhere to find out what the problem was. Completely panic-stricken, Candy ran to where she saw Fritz jump into the sorting machine. She ran as fast as her little legs could carry her. Straight ahead of her, she could see Fritz, and he wasn't moving at all. Candy held onto her beating heart. As she came to Fritz, she knelt down and put his head gently in her lap.
Fritz! Oh, please wake up, Fritz. You'll be all right, I promise, with everything I have in me.
Candy cried as she hugged her little reindeer that meant so very much to her. She blamed herself for not watching Fritz more closely. She would never forgive herself if something happened to her darling little reindeer.
Oh, Fritz! Oh, please wake up, Fritz!
All the world went quiet, and to Candy, the only two beings in the world were her and her darling Fritz.
Well, what do we have here?
The voice was familiar to Candy, and she stopped sobbing long enough to look up at the familiar voice.
Santa?
Candy cane, isn't it?
Yes, sir. At your service, as always.
And this? This must be Fritz, the reindeer with the new hot chocolate flavor.
Yes, sir. He just wanted to get a closer look at the presents and...
Candy's eyes froze on the present in front of them. Something was sticking out of it. It was a doll's leg, and it had been sticking out and was damaged from the sorting machinery. Santa reached for the present and took a closer look at it. Santa unwrapped the present and took a close look at the damaged doll.
Well, it looks as if Fritz saved a young girl from being very disappointed on Christmas morning.
Did you hear that, Fritz? You helped a little girl that you don't even know. You saved a little girl from being heartbroken with her new doll on Christmas morning. Did you hear that, my little one?
Well, it looks like we have a hero here.
So Santa reached down and touched the head of Fritz with his hand, and immediately Fritz's eyes opened and he jumped up on his hooves.
The toy! We can't let the toy go!
Oh, Fritz!
Santa, what are you doing here?
Santa looked into the sky and thought for a minute.
You know, it looks like we are in for a big snow tonight, and Rudolph's red nose has always given me problems during a big snow.
What do you mean, Santa? I thought with Rudolph's nose shining bright that you could see a half a mile.
Oh yes, indeed it can. It surely can. But when it snows, that bright red nose of his is reflected off the falling snowflakes, and I can't see a thing except for red. I need something a little bit more calm than red.
Do you mean like blue?
Oh, no, little one. Blue is much too dark of a color.
Fritz and Candy looked at each other in disappointment. Candy reached out and put her arm around Fritz.
I was thinking of a color not as bright as red, but maybe not as dark as blue. Something with a bit more brightness to it that wouldn't reflect off the snow so much.
Wait! If you put red and blue together, you get purple. That could work, couldn't it, Santa?
Yes, I suppose it just might. Candy, why don't you take Fritz over to the main stables and get him ready for a Christmas Eve flight? I want Fritz teamed up with Rudolph tomorrow night. Oh, yes. And Fritz.
Yes, Santa?
Next year, I want you in charge of the final toy inspections. Today, you prevented a disaster for a small child, an error that should have been caught by my elves Juniper and Fir. Starting next year, I want you to be in charge of the final inspection team. I think with your help, we can prevent this from ever happening again.
Fritz and Candy looked at each other with complete joy and jubilation. Well, you can bet that the next morning, when at the Elfateria, the elves Juniper and Fir no longer teased Candy, but stayed far away from her. Everyone knew what happened the previous day regarding the poorly packaged present that was stopped by the brave Fritz. Also, since it was supposed to be a secret until next year, of course, every elf at the North Pole knew about Fritz's promotion to the head of the final inspection department. But let's fast forward a bit to the night of Christmas Eve, and at the head of the team that was to pull Santa's sleigh.
Okay, my little reindeer, you are all set. Are you nervous?
I can't believe this is happening. There's so many butterflies in my stomach, I can't count them anymore.
Don't worry, my little one. You'll do just fine.
But what happens if the roof is too icy? I'll slip.
Don't worry about that. I have a secret weapon.
Candy reached into her pocket and took out a bottle of Elves Never Dry Always Sticky Glue and brushed some on the bottom of each of Fritz's tiny hooves.
What happens when a little child eats a candy cane, my little one?
Well, I guess their hands and face get sticky?
That's right. My name isn't Candy Cane for nothing. That's why I invented this special glue.
Candy gave Fritz a loving hug and got up, smiled, and walked to the side of the long runway. Rudolph's nose shone brightly against the sky, and soon the sky glowed a brilliant purple as Fritz's nose lit up as well. The bright purple light showed a clear path through the falling snow, and then they were gone. Candy watched Santa as they disappeared into the purple sky. So, little ones, wherever you are on Christmas Eve, if the snow is falling and a purple light is in the horizon, you'd best get yourselves to bed and be fast asleep, because Santa and Fritz will soon be there. The time is now Christmas morning. All the reindeer are fast asleep in their stalls. Fritz is dreaming of pulling Santa's sleigh, as always.
Wake up, little one. I have a surprise for you.
Oh, Candy, we have got to get that other elf to put a snooze button on you.
Open your eyes, my little one. Santa and I have a special surprise for you.
Santa!
Fritz sprang up immediately and looked at Santa in complete shock.
Oh, whoa there, Fritz. Let's not hurt yourself. You led my team as though you had been doing it your entire life, but I thought you deserved to see something special.
Santa reached deep into his red coat pocket and took out a very large snow globe. He shook it, and as the snow circled the entire globe, an image was soon visible in the white globe.
Fritz, you almost gave your all to make some little child happy on Christmas morning, and I thought you deserved to see this.
As Candy and Fritz looked into the snow globe, they both saw a little girl, no older than 3, hugging her new doll with a glow of delight in her eyes and tears of joy streaming down her face.
This little girl, even smaller than you, is having a wonderful day because of you, Fritz. I will never forget this. You and Candy both know the true meaning of Christmas. Christmas is not what we receive, but the sacrifice we make for others that really counts. I just thought you and Candy should know and see what you did. Thank you. You two saved Christmas for this very special little lady.
As Santa left to inspect the other reindeer, Candy knelt down and gave her little reindeer a long hug. Tears were in both their eyes as they rejoiced in each other's happiness and their love for one another. All the time, the angels of Christmas looked down upon them and smiled. Before we move on, we'd like to thank those that participated in our Fritz the Reindeer skit. Fritz is played by the creator of Fritz the Reindeer, our son Daniel Hedgecock. Candy Cane the elf is played by a good friend, Amy Mickle. Juniper the elf is played by our daughter, Crystal Gilio. Ken plays Santa Claus, and I am the narrator. I also play Fur the elf. We would also like to acknowledge the musicians responsible for our music this week. I Saw 3 Ships is performed by the Orchestra of Southern Utah Brass Section. White Christmas is performed by the Master Singers as part of their Christmas concert. Be sure to download their entire concert, which is available in our premium podcast section. O Little Town of Bethlehem is performed by David Hedgecock. Fantasy on the Coventry Carol by Douglas Townsend is performed by Maria Schoban and Ken Wilson. This selection is from Douglas Townsend's CD entitled Gifts from 3 Kings. God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, performed by the Coal Creek Brass. Silent Night, performed by Daniel Hedgecock and Angela Smith. And It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, performed by David Hedgecock. Thank you for listening to this broadcast featuring our original family and friend production of Fritz the Reindeer. We hope this story of overcoming personal challenges continues to find its place in the hearts of our listeners all over the world.